Look down at their little stage, Brother Odin. The city, the tech, it's all new. But the play, it's the exact same one. Our old stories are just finding new actors.
See? Look, right there. Another one of them. A restless soul, trying to dance between the light and the dark. You can see it, can't you? That hunger for some forbidden truth, something he can't even name. It's familiar. I feel my own storm-driven frenzy in him.
And I see a pattern, brother. One that's as old as time itself. A story that's just about to begin.
Oh, yes. What we're watching here is the return of a very, very old archetype. It's a shadow that's been flickering at the edge of things for centuries. So, here we go. Act 1. The restless wanderer takes the stage.
Now, this isn't just any wanderer. Wotan. We have a name for this one. The Mercurial Shadow. Think of him as a cunning go-between, a spirit who's always chasing wisdom, always traveling, and always dabbling in a little bit of magic. He's a bridge between worlds. You know, a lot like our old friend Hermes.
Cunning is the right word. He's not seeking knowledge to be enlightened. He's seeking it for an edge. A very dangerous game.
And watch how this figure changes over time. It starts out pure, a divine traveler, a messenger for the gods. But as the centuries pass, it has to adapt. It morphs into a clever trickster, someone who can navigate the messy, complicated world of humans. It becomes this perfect vessel for all that volatile, unconscious energy, mixing our old pagan roots with the darker, more demonic ideas of their newer world.
Wait a minute. Look, our wanderer isn't alone anymore. He's found himself a little friend, someone with a quick tongue and a cynical smile. Oh, I know this part. I remember it all too well. It's bound to happen. For every person reaching for something they shouldn't have, a guide always steps out of the shadows to hand them the key.
He's looking for a flame, isn't he? Something to light his way, or maybe just to burn down everything in his path. And this new advisor of his looks more than happy to give him the match. It reminds me so much of my Loge, that fire spirit who served me with such clever, infuriating loyalty. He always had a solution for the problems I made, and I was always too quick to take it.
It's a perfect comparison. Your Loge and their Mephistopheles, they're really just two sides of the very same coin. Your Loge is like fire itself, incredibly useful, but it always threatens to burn the one who holds it. Mephistopheles is like a finely worded contract, offering you the world if you just ignore the fine print. One serves a god-king, the other serves a scholar, but their job? It's exactly the same. They engineer the questionable solutions.
Which tells you these advisors are never just standing by. No, they are active, manipulative players, using their sharp intellect to steer things from the sidelines. They're like mirrors, absolutely, but they're the funhouse kind that warp the reflection. They don't just reflect your hunger for power, brother. They feed it, they justify it, and then they have the nerve to call that twisted logic wisdom. They are the shadow that makes the hero's great ambition even possible.
And there it is. The wanderer gets what he wanted. His kingdom is built, his name is on everyone's lips. But notice something, brother. Look at his hands. Perfectly clean. Not a single speck of dirt on them. The prize is won, but the price, it seems, was paid by someone else.
It's the oldest trick in the Book of Power. The hero wants his kingdom, but he refuses to get his hands dirty building the foundation. He wants the glory of the castle, but he doesn't want to be the one mixing the mortar with mud and with blood. He wants the result, but he disowns the process, a very convenient and very fragile kind of morality.
And this is exactly how they manage it. There's a name for this whole setup, this whole architecture of ambition. Let's call it Faustian architecture. It's a strategic partnership. The hero outsources all the evil acts, all the dirty work, to his advisor.
And why?
All so he can keep up that public image of being noble. It's a lie he tells everyone else until eventually he starts believing it himself.
The process itself is almost laughably simple. You can see it right there. First, you declare some grand, noble goal, peace, knowledge, progress, whatever. Then, oops, it turns out you need to do some, ethically questionable things to get there. That's when the advisor steps in and does the dirty work. And at the end of it all, the hero gets to claim the victory with his hands perfectly clean, completely untainted by the very methods he set in motion.
It's just like how my Loge secured my reign through all the means I was too proud to ever claim myself. He was the one who tricked the giants, wasn't he, so they wouldn't get their payment for building Valhalla. He was the one who stole the Rhinegold. Deceit, theft, those were the foundations of my glorious kingdom. I took all the rewards while he handled the ugly business. I called it leadership. It was just cowardice.
And that, right there, is the question this whole arrangement forces us all to ask. Do clean hands really mean a clean soul?
The stain isn't on the hands, brother. It never is. It's on the will, and that's a stain that never, ever washes out.
But the real danger here is that this isn't just a story about one person. Watch. Watch how the Wanderer's ambition starts to infect everyone around him. You see that? That same storm-driven frenzy is starting to grab hold of the whole society. The little personal drama is about to become a collective nightmare.
And now, your own archetype takes the stage, Wotan, a volatile, ancient force that can seize an entire population. It's that collective, unconscious impulse, a hurricane of emotion that just tosses reason aside. It's the restless wanderer, but scaled up to the size of a whole nation, possessed by a god they forgot they even carried inside of them.
And when that happens, an entire society enters into its own Faustian pact. It trades away its core values, things like compassion, reason, morality, all for the feeling of supreme strength. I've seen it myself, a nation possessed, trading its very soul for one fleeting, terrible, intoxicating moment of power, convinced that its own fury is the will of a god.
So you see, the costumes change, the stage changes, but the story never does. From a pagan god to a Christian demon, the lesson is the same. It's a cautionary tale, one that's been etched across generations, told again and again in myths and in history. It's a timeless warning about the hidden cost of desire when it's cut loose from wisdom.
Which leaves us with one last nagging question, doesn't it, brother? When one person or an entire nation looks in the mirror and sees a god staring back, who is it that ultimately pays the price for that ambition? And is it a price their world can even afford to pay?